Yeah, we are.
All right, time to get down to business. We're going to bring them out in groups, folks, so we get our first look for our judges. I can have our first group of 6 on the center line, please.
All right, so in this group, we got Krizo, Andrew Jack, Mostafa. I think they're going to move those 3 around.
All right, our gentlemen in place. Let's send it over to the judges. Big Steve.
Thank you, Bob. Gentlemen, front double bicep.
Mostafa's taller than I thought.
Yeah.
And big. Look how big he is next to Krizo.
Quarter turn right. Quarter turn.
I've got to see the 2 tallest guys. I got to see Krizo and Andrew Jack next to each other.
Back double bicep.
Because this angle right here, Krizo actually is pretty crispy from the glutes, hamstrings, and then that back.
Quarter turn.
Look at Andrew across the
and
chest.
Face front. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
You're right, Mostafa's just big.
Let's have our next group of 6 on the center line, please.
So this is Derek's group, I believe. This is one that I think he's going to stand out probably the most. But at the end of the day, you're only as good as who you stand next to, right?
Oh, and there's Samson down on the end, yeah? Was that Samson's group?
I wish they would just move him.
Yeah.
I like want it now. Like I want to see these guys. Look at the front relax with these guys. All of them in really good shape. Samson's legs are just huge. Jeez.
Quarter turn right.
That vacuum at that size is really something.
It's wild.
Quarter turn right.
Regan looks great.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely got to be proud with this showing.
Back double bicep.
The erectors on Derek.
Quarter turn.
Wow.
Lights out.
They're great. They're great.
And face front.
I like how Regan actually squeezed that left pec on his, on his quarter turn. That's important.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, guys. Right this way. And let's have our final group on the center line, please.
All right.
Final group.
Final group.
So we got Hunter, Brandon, and Hadi in
Front
this
double
group.
bicep.
And I love the fact that Hunter and Brandon are next to each other. You get to see some great roundness
Quarter turn right.
with great presentation.
And Theo. Okay,
Look
yeah.
at, oh, man. Look at
Quarter turn.
Hadi has great quarter turns because of those abs, those intercostals, like the serratus, like all that. It's just banging.
Back double bicep.
Okay. Is Hadi starting to lose water? He's going to get tighter?
I believe it's about to happen. I mean, he's carrying a lot of muscle, and sometimes, you know, initially your eyes would say, oh, he's not, you know, as tight as he should be. Wait till they start pumping up a little bit on this stage. You have to realize that they're going through rounds. They're going to get put through the paces.
And face front.
But look at those abs on Hadi from the side. It's silly.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Wow.
All right, thank you,
And
guys.
he's
Right this
hanging
way.
like the chest, you know, with the abdominals and the delts with Hadi, you know, like the way he's hitting
All right,
that front
folks,
relax.
judges getting their first look at our
It's pretty
gentlemen
strong.
in the groups. We're going to be bringing them out in the entirety in just a few moments. All 17 of our Olympians will be on stage in just a moment. Folks, this is your chance to give the judges the helping hand that they're going to need here tonight. We're going to bring our gentlemen out in just a few minutes. Who do you like, everybody? All right, let's bring them out.
All right. This is the moment everybody's waiting for, Phil.
Oh, yes. Who's going to stand in that center box?
Who's going to be? Now, they go numerical, and then they switch them around.
Absolutely. So this is actually where the muscle endurance kicks in. You know, you've already peaked this morning, you peaked this afternoon, you're at night, you've already pumped up, oiled
All
up,
right, here
pumped
we
up
go,
again,
our
you've
gentlemen
done
in
your
place.
routine,
Let's send
you've
it
done
back
a
to the
little
judges.
comparison, now you
Big
actually be
Steve.
called out.
Thank
Not
you,
knowing
Bob.
how many comparisons are going to
Competitor
be.
1, 7, 11, 14, 15, and 17.
Exactly who we thought.
Is exactly what we thought.
Let's get after this early.
Where is Hadi? Have we not panned down far enough?
We got to zoom out a little bit.
Hadi and Hunter switch.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There he is.
Is
down
Hadi
the end.
right there on that. Whew. He's
Samson
actually,
and Jack
he actually
switch.
looks bigger than Brandon right there in the front relax. Oh, yeah. Everybody's going to inch up on that line.
Yep.
Gentlemen, everybody on the line. And knock it off.
Big Steve calling the shots, man.
Front double bicep.
Wow.
Front lat spread.
Look how big Samson is.
Yes.
Side chest.
So the strategy here is to figure out, like, okay, like, how fast can you get into this pose and how long can you hold it?
Back double bicep.
Let's see who's going to move around here in a minute. Okay, Derek looks great.
He is crispy from the back. I believe we're looking at a two-man show right now. They're right there, Derek
Back
and
lat
Hadi right
spread.
now.
Now, that back double by was Derek's last year.
Yeah. With added thickness, he's dry. Oof.
Side tricep.
They're going to have to put these, I really think they're going to put these guys through multiple call-outs. I don't know. And see how Hadi's actually flexing that other pec?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abdominals and thighs.
That's tough to do, by the way.
The quad stomp from Hadi.
Your favorite most muscular. Relax.
That's kind of Hadi's
Back
pose
on
right
line.
there. Yeah.
Back on line. No, 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 the line. Turn around. Andrew and Brandon switch. Samson and Derek switch.
But here at home, guys, this could work two ways. They're giving Samson a chance to look at the champ, or maybe
Front
they pick
double
Derek.
bicep. Front lat spread.
I always end up looking at Hadi's quads, like on these front shots, you know.
Side chest.
And if I'm Derek, I'm inching up on Samson. See how Hadi moved back a little bit? See how he did that?
Yep.
Yep.
Back double bicep.
Does that so he can neutralize with Samson's thickness and roundness.
Well, you got on Derek after prejudge last year about that.
Yeah, you got to move over just a little bit. Like if you're Derek Lunsford, you want to move over just a little bit to the right, just a little bit. Because all you guys at home watching, you guys know what you're going to do. You're going to go online, you're going to take the screenshots, and you're going to use it to prove who you believe is going to be the best, right? So as an athlete, you got to know that going in.
Side tricep. Abdominals and thighs.
Whew.
Your favorite, most muscular.
Oh, that intercostal serratus and those obliques are just.
And what's wild about Hadi is that the cross striations in the chest, the density right there in this crab. But this is where I believe.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line, please.
In that pose, I believe he wins that pose. Like,
yes.
You know. And see, as the champ, you want to hit the last shot. See how you do that? That's how it's done.
Okay.
You don't give up any room. So now that group's going to go back. Maybe hydrate, maybe towel off a little bit.
They're coming back out, though, I bet you.
Yeah.
4 of them. We're going to see Andrew, Samson,
4.
Hadi, and Derek one more time, I bet you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
5,
we have to. They got to go through the rest of the guys
8,
right now.
9, and 13.
What these guys have to realize, there's still room for someone to move up. We got to remember, last year, Samson Dauda was in this group.
Michael and Hassan
and he
switch.
moved up. So if you're Krizo right now, you're in that center, you're thinking, you know what, I want to get in that next spot.
Regan and Hassan switch.
I might want to continue to hard pose. Regan as well, hoping that maybe they can get a call out with Brandon Curry or Hunter Labrada.
This is a big move up for both
Gentlemen,
these guys, though, so they got to battle.
And hit a
It's time
front
to
double
battle.
bicep.
I had a feeling they were going to move Regan.
Yeah. They're rewarding him for all the hard work. I mean, like, he's been very consistent this year.
Look how
Front
small
lat
Krizo's
spread.
waist is in comparison.
Yeah.
Side chest.
So in this portion of the prejudging, what you're going to start seeing is certain people fade and certain people get harder.
Back double bicep.
That's the whole purpose of this long process called the prejudging. It's not just one photograph. It's going to be many, many minutes of posing.
Back lat spread. Side tricep. Abdominals and thighs. Your favorite, most muscular?
Krizo seems to, I'd say, continue the consistency with his shape. Right now, it looks like he's actually getting harder through the chest.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line.
And Regan, that shot is definitely something I want to continue to see in the future.
He's got to do that more.
Yeah.
Competitor number 2, 3, 6, 12, and 16. And 10.
You mentioned it a bit ago. This isn't always a great feeling in this call out, but none of these guys have anything. They should all have their heads held high. They all brought amazing conditioning, size, symmetry. This is a great,
Front double
this is a great
bicep.
call out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely competitive all around. They're going against guys that they can then look at the photos and say, you know what, this is what I can work on. This is what I can work on here. It's almost like a few guys have like one, maybe two good shots, as opposed to another guy that may have one or two good shots, right? So then you can say, okay, maybe on the front double bicep, I'm not as good, but this is what I need to work on so I can beat this call out and dominate.
Yeah, any other pro show, if this was a call out, this would be first call out.
Yeah.
These guys are amazing.
Back double bicep.
And it's so hard to critique, right? Like, you know, you don't want to sound rude or anything like that, but there's guys, I mean, yes, can they all improve? Absolutely. Will they? I would definitely hope so, because in order to move up and actually make this experience more valuable for you, your fans, your family, you're going to take this criticism and you're going to go back to that gym literally Sunday with more motivation than ever to be better.
There are some great backs out there.
Yeah. And I believe that Justin Shier on the far right, you know, with the glutes and hamstrings, like he's tightening up a bit. These are things that when you rewind the tape, you start seeing like how you let up on some of these poses. It's like you hit it for just maybe 2 seconds. Perfect.
Relax, face front.
But that's when you got to hit it for 10, 20, 30 seconds, because the judges have to look from left to right to center to, I mean, it's very, very difficult on them.
12 and 16 switch.
These two guys definitely like the most complete, you know, out of this group. Very similar. The legs are strong.
Your favorite, most muscular. Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line, please.
Great job, guys.
All right. I think
you ready to do it again?
I don't. You know what, Tim? I don't know.
Andrew, Michael,
See?
Brandon.
That's why I said I don't know.
And Hunter.
I called it.
You did?
This is where they're going to allow someone to move up. And this is a good competitive call out. I mean, you got Labrada, you got Krizo, and yeah, Michal Krizo's probably backstage
thinking he's done.
Yeah. But no, your job's not finished. Like the late Kobe Bryant used to say, job's not finished, guys. You got to get back to work. Hunter needs to move over just a smidge, I think.
Brandon and Hunter switch.
I'd like to see Andrew Jack's arms go down more. Like,
yeah.
You know, instead of, because he's already so tall.
With high lats.
Front double bicep.
So instead of having them almost out like.
Front lat spread.
These guys are being very friendly with each other.
Side chest.
I wish they would get closer. Move up a little bit. But yeah, if I'm adjudicating this pretty harsh, I would say Andrew Jack definitely needs to
back double bicep.
twist a little differently with having those hamstrings hang a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing them on the side shots. He could be a little bit more conditioned, lower lats, and also the glutes. The legs are huge, don't get me wrong. But we're talking about the detail of like a Hunter Labrada standing next to him.
Back lat spread.
Krizo may move over into the middle a bit more.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the two tallest guys get after it a little bit.
You can't help but Brandon went over, you know, he put his head down in the Middle East and worked out hard and comes back over. Had some medical issues leading up to yesterday.
Yeah.
And got cleared by the doctors. So the package he's bringing is incredible.
Valiant effort, for sure. I definitely feel like whatever he was dealing with definitely played a toll on his physique.
Abdominals and thighs.
Because I feel like he's fading just a little bit. And with his type of skin texture, with those glutes and hamstrings, he can't allow any type of percentages to go in a negative proportion. Because his upper body will override those legs.
Your favorite, most muscular.
Now, Hunter's obliques and quads look really good in that pose. He is getting harder as we go.
Relax. Andrew and Brandon switch.
Yeah, so this is allowing.
They're putting him next to Krizo, too.
Yep. And then Brandon next to Hunter.
Gentlemen, spread out, hit a front double bicep.
Oof. Look how wide Krizo is.
Front lat spread.
On that shot.
When he packs more muscle on that, he's going to be hard to touch.
Yeah. And you can see, like, even with the quads, I mean, Andrew Jack has really good quads, guys. But Krizo's are popping right now. That just means, you know, like maybe he peaked a little bit differently with the carbs, the
Side
loading
chest.
of that. I do believe that we've seen Andrew Jack's quads look a little bit more hard and full.
Back double bicep.
I feel like they have my
Back
playlist
lat
going
spread.
on right now. Playing some Disturbed, dude. Like, I, man, feel like I'm back at arm rest.
Ah.
Side tricep.
Krizo has not faded at all. In fact, I believe he's gotten harder. I think it's just the muscle control that he's worked on and is definitely showing right now.
Abdominals and thighs.
This will be a great pose for this group.
Mm-hmm. They all have great taper. I mean, and Andrew, look at that. Whew. And he's standing next to Brandon Curry, who also has great
Your favorite,
taper.
most muscular. Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line,
we go.
please.
I wonder if they're going to work him a little bit more. But I believe they already did, so.
Samson.
Yep, here it is.
Derek. And Hadi.
There's your top three right here.
All right, this is going to be good. This is what everybody's been waiting for a year.
And guess who's in the middle?
Yep.
So now we got
Gentlemen,
to figure out if
spread
they're
out a
going
little,
to
take a
move
step,
him around a little
And
bit.
hit a front double bicep. Front lat spread.
All of these guys have great front lat spreads, man.
Side chest.
Samson's so V-tapered, it's like X-framed. It's like Tony Freeman.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy
Yeah,
how
it
big
is.
he is to carry that.
Relax.
Yep.
Everybody on the line.
Okay.
Side chest.
Hadi's chest is so thick, dude. Striated. Same with
Back
the glutes
double
on Derek,
bicep.
man.
Yep.
I think those two have the glutes from the side, and let's look from the rear. I think we might have seen
Back lat spread.
Derek's back, dude. It definitely improved.
Yeah.
Definitely improved.
Side tricep.
That's pretty close.
This is close, guys. I know everybody at home is like, no, it's not. It's my guy. It's my favorite guy. But, guys, this is close.
Abdominals and thighs.
You almost have to figure that they have to continue to pose. And you'd hate to have to see someone fade because of that, but you actually need to see multiple
Okay,
comparisons.
Derek's abs just came a little tighter. That's
Your
tough.
favorite,
Oh,
most
we're back to the
muscular.
vacuum.
But that transition, this is where the most muscular, you got to count how many most musculars one person can
Relax.
have. So
Relax.
see what Hadi just did? He did 3 different most musculars. Derek did 2.
Hadi and Derek switch. And go back on the line. Front double bicep.
Steve's working them, man. When the title's on the line, they're going to work you.
Front lat spread.
How different does that look with Hadi in the middle?
It actually really changed Hadi.
Side chest.
Yeah. It's almost like he got energy from that.
If it's possible, he posed a little harder.
Back double bicep.
It's funny how the eyes can look at things a little different, right? Hadi's got to get in that pose.
Back lat spread.
Derek Lunsford, I think, has the best back double bicep of the show.
Yes.
But the back lat spread
Side
is so
tricep.
close, dude. Like, and the fact that you got two former 212 guys going against a guy like Samson, who definitely outweighs them by quite a few pounds.
70
right?
pounds, maybe?
Yeah, 60, 70 pounds. You
That's
wouldn't
a
see
great
it.
shot for Hadi.
Oh, it's absolutely those transitions. Look at the separation from the hip all the way down, rec fem, medialis. Oh,
Your
man.
favorite, most muscular.
That's a good shot for Hadi.
Relax. Samson and Hadi switch.
Yep, they're giving everybody a chance. They want to give every guy a chance. This is where your emotions have to be in check. Hadi's like, hey, man, I'm the wolf, dude. Don't make me show my teeth.
Front double bicep.
Okay, to your point, we put Samson in the middle. How did that just
And now
change?
that, see, I kind of know a little bit, a little bit.
Front lat spread.
But then it's always the confidence factor, right? Anytime you're told to be in the middle, you're going to pose with a different sense
Side
of urgency.
chest.
And as a champion, if you're on the side, you tend to think, well, what does that mean? It could mean that you already won the damn thing.
It could, or a couple of years ago, could mean you're sixth.
Exactly.
Back double bicep.
Derek's getting harder through the glutes, rear delts, low back.
Back lat spread.
It's like when you're calling out these 8 different shots, right? You're going to give up one, but then the other person gives up one.
Yeah. And that was last year where we were down to 1 or 2 poses.
Yeah. So it's all about how many poses do you believe you can beat everyone in the world in? Is it 6? Is it 7? Is it 8? Or is it only 3? Like, how many?
Abdominals and thighs.
Oof. This is the best of the best for a reason.
Yes. I got to give a shout out to my former trainer, Hani Rambod. He brought it in his guys peeled. I mean, peeled. Look at that crab on the left.
Hani Rambod's got 2/3 of the best athletes in the world again this year.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Wow.
This concludes the round. Back to you, Bob.
Samson was
all right,
massive.
thank you, Big Steve. How about a big hand, folks? Your 17 Olympia
If I'm Derek, I'm not
competitors
leaving that
here on
stage right there. I'm not doing that.
Gentlemen.
I'm
We'll
getting
see
in
everybody
there. I'm
tomorrow
mixing
for
it up
the
with Hadi.
finals. Folks, that's going to wrap everything up on the main stage here tonight. Tomorrow morning, back at the Expo on the main stage there. Men's Physique, Classic, Bikini, and Wheelchair Bodybuilding. All taking place at the pre-judging. Folks, we'll be back here tomorrow night to see history unfold on stage. Who will be crowned our 2023 Mr. Olympia? I'm Bob Ciccarello. Good night, everybody.